Hiya, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another trip down memory lane. Now, with these video game memorabilia videos, because this will be my third one, I'm going to make a whole separate playlist and section for them on my channel. That being said, Pokemon Sun and Moon is almost here, and it's the 20-year anniversary of the franchise. It's been one hell of a journey, so I'm going to share with you some of my fond memories. I still remember the original commercial. Some of you others might remember this too. Unfortunately, I can't find it here on YouTube. Maybe it's trademarked or something, I don't know. But anyway, there was a bunch of Pokemon hanging out in the living room, and all of a sudden a tornado started sucking them in, and then it revealed that the tornado was coming from a Game Boy, and then naturally the last one to be sucked in was Pikachu, who was hanging onto a curtain or something, and so eventually Pikachu was sucked in too, and then it said, like, the announcer was like, gotta catch them all, or something like that, and then shows like 30 seconds of gameplay, and then it says, Pokemon Blue and Red, available now on your Game Boy. And it was probably about the third time I saw the commercial. My sister walked by and said, did you know there's a TV show of that? And I was like, oh, really? When's it on? I said, it's on 3:30 in the afternoon, weekdays at UPN, or whatever it's called now. I was like, oh, I'll have to check that out. So, the next day, because I was in 5th grade at the time, I'd get home from school around 2:45, maybe. So I was probably watching, I don't know, Nickelodeon or whatever, and it was about 3:45, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that show. So I put it on, and the episode was the Water Flowers of Cerulean City. It was right in the middle of the battle between Ash and Misty, and I was like, I remember, Misty winning the first round. Pikachu's like, all excited, and Ash is like, you're supposed to be on my side, and I'm like, hey, that's the one from the commercial, But, referring to Pikachu, I didn't know. This was a new thing to me. I didn't know what they were called at the time, any of the names or anything. Drinking water Pokemon. Anyway. And it was, after that moment, I was hooked. I would watch it every day after school. Even the reruns. I was always pissed when I got, detention or something, because, and the funny thing was, I still remember, it's like each episode, the specific episodes were on certain days, and I still remember which ones were on when. Like, for example, if you look at them here, it was Tuesday. Why the first one was on a Tuesday, I'll get to in a moment. It was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. No, Friday. Well, anyway, it went all the way up to this episode, the March of the Executor Squad. That was always on a Monday, and then they would basically just re-loop. That's as far as it went, and just re-loop for some reason on the UPN, so that's why the first episode was always on a Tuesday. Then all the other episodes after that, The Problem with Paris, The Song of Jigglypuff, etc., then they were on Saturday morning, Kids WB. And then they were on weekdays, and they'd do special weekly events like Evolution Week, they'd play episodes about evolution and stuff. Anyway, my neighbor Robert, we grew up together. We used to play outside all the time. We'd play things like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, and we'd basically fight the air because we used our imaginations. So one day we were hanging out on my porch, and he asked me, you watch that show, Pokemon? I was like, yeah, I love that show. And he's like, oh, me too! So, shortly after that, we started playing Pokemon outside, again, using our imaginations. And, I think we kind of just made our own side story. I forget what his character's name was. My character's name was Jin. I got the name from Tekken. And then it was like, Brock and Misty and all them. We kind of just bumped into them. I think we had our own friends as well. It was probably like 4 or 5 of us. Then, Ash and Misty, we bumped into them. We had some pretty cool ideas, too. I remember, like, some creative things. Like, there was this time when he had a bunch of Pokemon, like, all genetically mixed together or something for whatever. I forget what the purpose of this was, but it was like they all mended together or something and made this chimera-like creature. Not the kind with the 3 heads, but the one that's like a combination of different animals. Another thing was, it was either Team Rocket or Team, or it was either Team Rocket or just a bunch of random poachers, like, it was like 50 or 60 of them. Each of them had their own Pokemon that they were sicking on us, you know. So you do the math of like 6 times 50 or 60, whatever, minus like, you know, because, you know, like I said, Robert or whatever his character's name was and me, and it was probably about 6 or 7 of us all together. 7 or 8, I don't know. You know, between the characters we made up and between Ash and company, there was about 8 of us, we'll just say that. So it was like 60 against 8, plus, you know, all the Pokemon and stuff, and then I came up with the idea, I was like, what if, like, everyone came to help that Ash and Misty and all them met on their journey? So there was, Gary, of course, Misty's sisters, Seymour, the scientist from the cave, Mount Moon with the Clefairy, the Kangaskhan kid, Duplica, the girl with the Ditto, AJ, the kid with the Sandshrew and the whip. Trying to think of what else there was. I think the Elite Four was there, even though they technically never met them, but you get the idea. So it was just like this huge, epic Pokemon battle. Or trainer battle, whatever you want to call it. Eventually I got the game. I got the blue version. I used to play it all the time, and I think I got the red version for Christmas that year. And, I think I got yellow for the Christmas the following year. And the funny thing was, I had my Game Boy, and I still have to it, but whatever, the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. So, I used to take my Game Boy Color and the blue version, and Robert would take the red version and my Game Boy, and we would sit on the porch and play them for like, probably like 3 or 4 hours, just to, we wouldn't save or anything, we would just see how far we could get. And you might be thinking that seems a little silly, but it was actually a lot of fun. We almost turned it into like a competition type of thing to see who could get farthest. I'll never forget, one time, we would always drive ourselves insane trying to catch a Pikachu in Viridian Forest, since they're kind of hard to find. He caught one before me, and he made it even further in the game. I think he got to Cerulean City, maybe, and I'm still stuck in Viridian Forest trying to catch a Pikachu. My old Game Boy, it had some accidents, but still works like a charm, you know, but it's very sensitive. So he just gone through a trainer battle with Pikachu, and he got all excited, like, and then swung around. But because, like I said, the Game Boy is so sensitive, it when he jerked around, it reset the game. So it was like, literally, this is him. Yes, Pikachu gained! Because the logo was coming. Oh, that was priceless. Yeah. Then, somewhere down the road, Gold and Silver came out, which is my favorite in the series for a number of reasons. One was, well, all the Pokemon that existed at the time were in the game, which I'll get more onto that in a moment. And then you had the whole Unknown, that whole side quest, like solving those puzzles and stuff. I always liked that. And plus the final battle, when you battle the trainer from the blue and red, you know, Ash or Red, whatever you want to call him, you fight him at the end. I thought that was an awesome idea. And what else was there? Yeah. Anyway, during the show, the Gold and Silver show, the Johto, whatever you want to call it, you know, went from Johto Journeys to Johto League Champions to Master Quest. Somewhere along the line, I kind of started tuning in and out. Robert and I, we started playing the Johto region outside. We were still playing Pokemon outside. But at some point, we started to be like, we'd be playing it outside, and we'd start to get bored, because it was like, well, looking back, I think we were going through changes, so we were starting to outgrow the stuff we used to do as kids. Yeah, Gold and Silver, like I said, I really enjoyed. A couple of years passed, Robert and I kind of went our separate ways when we were making new friends, we were getting older. I ended up picking up Pokemon Ruby, and I think it might have been the same year, 2003, the holiday, the winter, we all went sledding, and I was telling him about the game, and he was like, I'm not really into Pokemon anymore. And I was like, that's cool. Ruby and Sapphire, the one thing, I did like Ruby and Sapphire. I mean, I played Ruby, because this was when I got to the point, it was like, I didn't buy both the games anymore. You know, I used to, like I said, I got blue and red and yellow and gold and silver, but it was like, at this point, I was like, the only difference is that there's, you know, a handful of Pokemon in one game and vice versa. Other than that, you know, maybe a few other things. Other than that, it's the same game, so why am I buying the same game twice? But yeah, so I got Ruby. The one thing I didn't like about Ruby was that it had 200 Pokemon. There was 125 new ones. They brought back 75 old ones. The only problem I had with that was that it's like, oh, okay, cool, Rhyhorn's in it, but Scyther's not in it. You know, that was kind of disappointing. Other than that, I love that. Well, we'll go by generations. That's what most people call them. That was Gen 3. So Generation 3 was really good. Going into Generation 4, they did the same thing. They made a number of new ones, brought back some old ones. So that aside, I couldn't really get it. I had the Pearl version. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. It's just... I mean, I'm sure plenty of people love Generation 4. Personally, I just found it kind of bland. I don't know. I think I made it a little bit past the first gym leader, and then I just lost interest. And when Black and White came out, you know, Generation 5, that one, you know, one of the things I loved about that was it was a brand new 150, you know, so that was cool. And that one, I got that I got one of them for Christmas one year, and I was like, that one I really enjoyed. I think the story in that one was awesome. I think that was probably the best story in the series. Like, the villain and everything was just... Well, the story is... that's for another time, because... Well, actually, somewhere... I don't know when, but somewhere way down the road, I'm going to do a top 10 countdown video of top 10 video game villains. And I might put the villain from Pokemon Black and White on that list. Maybe, we'll see. And like I said, that won't be for a while. X and Y, I didn't really play. I mean, I thought about getting one of them, but I was like, I don't know. I think I'm just started getting older. I always played the spin-off games. You know, I love the spin-offs. I actually made a whole video on them, top 5 Pokemon spin-off games. You know, I can go more into details on those videos. Even the show, like the Hoenn region, I kind of would watch it on and off, and then all the ones after that I never really got into. I think it's just that I'm getting older. You know, I mean, I'll always have a special place in my heart for Pokemon, but for the franchise as a whole. But it's like the main games, I started losing interest. I mean, I'm gonna get Sun or Moon, absolutely, one of them, maybe Moon, I don't know, but that's a definite you know, probably because I skipped last gen, and the new one does look really good, so, but, yeah, just lost my train of thought. Yeah, because, I don't know, I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. I guess not, but Sun and Moon, yeah, that looks awesome. Oh, Pokemon Go. Yeah, everybody was asking me, like, do you play Pokemon Go? And I was like, no, surprisingly, because, well, for one thing, I feel like it was a fad. I mean, it looked, you know, came out, and it looks awesome, it looks cool. I'm like, oh, this is cool and everything, but I think it's a fad. And the thing was, in the 90s, like, did so many fads, like, Pogs, Gigapets, Furbies, Beanie Babies. I still got a whole box of Beanie Babies in the closet over there. And it was like, you know, I was like, I don't do fads anymore, not after the 90s, so... I mean, you know, maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll make a comeback. Pokemon Go, who knows? But I was like, nah, I'll pass. Yeah. So you guys excited for Sun and Moon? You know, can't really think. Who are you gonna pick for a starter? I'm still kind of debating on who I'm gonna pick. But yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And happy Pokemon